Yo, 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 what up? It's K Chang in the house, original Gainstas. Want to speak to you all about intermittent fasting plateaus. Got a comment on my one of my videos asking me about intermittent fasting plateaus, so I'm going to go over that. First of all, what is intermittent fasting? Well, it's simply not eating for a certain amount of time and then eating in the later part of the day. Reason being is if you eat calories later at night, assuming that you're not going to wake up in the middle of the night because you're so damn hungry, but assuming that you eat all your calories at the night, you will not overeat. Does that make sense? So you don't eat all day and then you eat your calories at the end of the day. Essentially, you're saving them. You're using your calorie points at the end of the day. This is a tool have been using for as long as this YouTube channel has been active. You know what I mean? Um, that's like my thing. I found out about intermittent fasting and I just went with it, and it's been an interesting ride to say the least. Because I've seen great results. I've hit intermittent fasting plateaus, and then I've experienced great pain and hunger during intermittent fasting experiments in the beginning. And, it can get kind of crazy. You can get super hungry, you can get super um, fight or flighted up. Like, you'll be so high off your own hormones because you're so damn hungry that you just act differently. But over time, you kind of settle out and you learn to control those feelings. You learn how to channel your urges of anxiety and hunger in those times when it does occur. Honestly, it sounds bad, but when you take the right measures, you can extend your fast. Now, intermittent fasting plateau doesn't mean that you have plateaued and losing weight anymore. It just means that you cannot extend your fast. So let's say you just started intermittent fasting and you just can't get past 11 a.m. or something. You're just like a really shitty intermittent faster and it's at 11. Well, you're probably not like drinking coffee. You're not drinking sparkling water. You're not keeping busy. These are great ways to extend your fast, and that's going to push you through your intermittent fasting plateau. Let me tell you, like once you get past that point, it's smooth sailing. All right. You get hungry. Let's give an example. Like personally, I will get hungry at 11 or right when I wake up around 9. It's typically in those times because um, depending on how you're feeling or how much you have eaten the night before, you're gonna feel different. Every day is different. You eat different food. Some stuff has digest faster, and you know what I'm saying. So at 9 o'clock, I drink my espresso, and then at 11, I'll drink another espresso if I'm really hungry. But if I'm not, I'll wait until 2 p.m. to drink another caffeinated drink. Doesn't always have to be coffee. I used to drink 0 calorie monsters all the time. They all work, and 0 calorie monsters actually numb the hunger pretty well. Now, but in between these time frames, I'm constantly drinking a lot of water, mainly to flush out the caffeine because you get too wired on an empty stomach. I actually enjoy the wired feeling, but the water helps out to dilute the the feelings of the strong coffee on an empty stomach. And these two in combination, they're going to extend your fast. You're going to get past the plateau by doing these two things. In combination with staying busy, you're going to forget about eating, honestly. There's some situations where I get past that plateau and I find myself eating at 8 p.m. at night, and I'm like, oh shit, I really got to get my calories in. Like this happened the other day. I had to go to McDonald's to get my calories in. I had to drink like 3.5 protein shakes at like 1 a.m. because I just fasted all day and didn't realize it. By the end of the night, I was out with friends, of course. By the end of the night, I realized, oh shit, I got to get my calories in, or else I'm going to be at a huge deficit. Now, if you listen to that example, you can see how intermittent fasting plays out. You literally eat your calories at the end of the day, and this makes it almost impossible to overeat. How the hell am I going to get in a caloric surplus at 1 a.m.? God damn, just thinking about the past times where I've just been so like frustrated and the fight or flight hormones are kicking hard. Um, you know, I used to push through that just because I was like, I need to do this. It gets to that point where like you kind of go a little overboard with the intermittent fasting. So now, whenever I feel like that, I don't just force myself to not eat and go through those painful, excruciating times. Like sometimes I can handle it. Sometimes I'm just a fat ass and I just want to eat. You know what I mean? And I really don't need to eat and I don't feel any pain. But sometimes I'll get like pain in my stomach, like something's happening, like I need food. You know what I mean? Like I need something in my stomach, like maybe something's going on in there, like a chemical reaction. Or if anyone's ever had a hangover, your stomach's just like feeling kind of weird. Yeah, in those situations, guys, eat some damn food. You don't have to be all like intermittent fasting, superheroes trying to fast all day and going crazy. But now, after a year and a half doing it, I'm pretty pro at it. It's really nothing. Like sometimes, like today, I just don't feel like eating. It's, you're just not hungry sometimes until the end of the day because you get used to the schedule, you know. But to tie all this together, it's not the intermittent fasting plateau or the intermittent fasting that gets you the results. You're not going to fast and then because you fasted, you got the results. You guys already know the answer. It is the caloric deficit or caloric surplus which will determine the outcome. All right? What are your goals? You want to gain weight? You want to lose weight? Well, your calories better correlate with that. And in combination with intermittent fasting and getting over your intermittent fasting plateaus, you can effectively, I'm seriously saying, effectively reach your goals. And, in the past, it's just so confusing when you're not, doing these things because you have no humility. You think you know it all. I know when I was young, fucking thought I knew everything. It's actually kind of annoying to think about it looking back at myself. It's like you're a big Mr. Know-it-all, but you didn't know shit. You know what I mean? Now I'm getting way more results and I'm less cocky. I'm not. Before I was like, yeah, I don't need to listen to a diet plan. I have the fastest metabolism ever. I'm gonna, yeah, but obviously I was just under eating a shit ton. My mom would just cook me like 50 grams of protein and a bowl of rice every evening. So obviously I'm not gonna fucking make any gains from that. But anyways, I'm extremely active on Instagram, y'all. Much more active than I am on YouTube. I'm actually gonna try and do like a video every other day after this video. Yep, I said it, so you gotta hold me to it. I haven't been saying that because I just been on a busy schedule. I haven't really been prioritizing YouTube because of the stock market. So I'm trying to do it during the stock market, like the stock market's going on right now. But Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like this video. I really appreciate the support. Peace out.